Hello teacher, first of all I have to say that I feel very delighted to be here and have a chance to presentation with you today. Uh, Before we start, I will introduce myself first. My name is Trang and my group member is THIEN, DUONG and NGAN. I would like to send you the apologize because NGAN cannot be here today. Her section will be attached in the end of this video too. Don't let you wait anymore. I will start our presentation now. The topic is about the basic management and leadership knowledge. Our presentation will be divided into three parts. The first is the difference between leadership and management. Second, we move to the managerial function and leadership role. And last but not least, the management approaches and leadership theories. I hope you will give attention to this video carefully and give accurate comment first. Thank you very much. So I will introduce about the general first. Leadership and management position are very important in every organization. Managers is the one who study the problem of the company and prepare the plan and coordinate the strategy. They are the one who make the company get closer to the success. And besides, leader is the one who inspiring and motivating the employees, and also the one who make the final decision. Although they have different role and tasks in the company, but many people still confused about them because they also have a close relationship in every organization. So to get to understand deeper about it, team will talk about the book now.
Hello teacher, my name is Trang. Today I will talk about the difference between management and leadership. So that I will divide in three parts. Part 1 is talking about the leadership style. Part 2 is talk about the characteristic, and the last one is talking about the relationship between manager and leader. In the part 1, we have orientation, planning, organizing, and agreeing people. And the last one is the wise manager and leader solve problem. In orientation, we have an orientation manager usually prepare plan for the near future, set up plan for the short term, usually in the next month, next year, or the quarter of the year. In contrast, leader provide a beautiful perspective for the long term and adjusting people to follow this. Move on organizing and agreeing people. Manager make sure accomplish plan step by step by assign people and adjust individual for each position. Leaders will leader concern on who have ability to manage. The low grades is an previous example for the effects in the organization. She associated director in the non-profit agency to help children and family. The problem for her employees is they are frustrated and they feeling they cannot do anything, and so that she spend a large amount of time to encourage, provide them a comfortable and flexible working environment to help them contribute organizing. Then after 1 month, her employee become confident and enhance the productivity. Part 2 is talk about the characteristic. We talk about the roles, honest, empathy, and the people are focused by manager and leader. In the roles, manager focus on individual and giving in the right direction, listen to them, and will the leader just concern on the good personnel who have ability to manage. For the empathy, I think the manager have more than empathy. The leader, because they are the people who directly run company and the people who directly solve problem for employee. So that for the last one, we have the relationship between managers and the leader. The link between manager and leader is very big. They have important roles in organization, but they are different aspects without hindering each other. For the leader, they have visionary, they have a wise point, they have a strategist eye to elevate our own research. With the manager, they have the professional qualification to assign employee and personnel to suit with each job position. On example, to be specific, when the leader gives the new direction, manager have to take responsibility to assign employee to suit with this job. So that's, we can see that the the roles of manager and leader very big, and the main key to business can be success is that the idea of the leader and the manager of the management. The next part is the managerial function and the leadership role. So I would like to invite you to present this part.
Hello teacher, my name is Yoon. Today I will say you about managerial function and leadership role. My presentation have three parts. First part is managerial function, next is leadership role, and finally is example about real life frameworks. First I will say you about managerial function. It has 6 parts: planning, budgeting, organizing, controlling, staffing, and problem solving. Planning is a basic function of management. The planning process are selecting the common goal for the organization, setting a common goal for a part of organization, and collecting action plans. Next is budgeting. Budgeting is to ensure the financial resources for the organization. It has to avoid financial shortage of its operations. Controlling is monitoring the implementation of plans. It has to ensure that all operations are carried out due to the plans, and repair and fix the errors. Staffing is arrangement and division of employees in the organization so that each employment can get into right position and right job. Problem solving is to resolve the problem. It should be addressed as soon as possible to avoid causing unfortunate consequences. And finally, organizing. Organizing is a function performed to create achievement and goal for organization. It can be understood as a function of dividing tasks and collaboration among departments. Next, I will present about leadership role. There are 3 roles of leadership: establish direction, aligning and motivating and inspiring, establish directing, lead the create a vision and clarify a big picture, and last is setting the strategy for employee performance. Aligning is lead the exchange with employee and finding the commitment and consensus with them, motivating and inspiring the leader culture essential being to inspire and understand what employees need to motivate them. And finally, I will share you about example about real life famous. Real life famous about his leadership role. He is Eric Emerson Smith. Eric Emerson Smith, he is a CEO and founder of Google. He also a computer science engineer and professor. He runs Google operations in addition to being in charge of strategy and planning technology development. He has identified leadership business goals and direction that has helped Google become one of the powerful corporations in a field of information technology. Under steering of Eric in the advertising and telecommunication market, Google has also keep a fish position. He also look for opportunity to make Google an entry in area. Yeah, thank you.
There are many management approaches and leadership theories that can be used. I will show it again. Firstly, about management approaches. This approach views management as an activity based on certain unique management functions. Management is regarded as a process for getting things done through the function of planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. First of all is the classical approach. It includes scientific management methods and administrative management. Some advantages of this approach are that the importance of recompense for performance and the importance of choice and personal training are demonstrated. Moreover, tasks and jobs are researched carefully and systematical way. However, there are some disadvantages when they ignore differences between people and situations that influence on the company. Firstly, the social context of work, as well as higher needs of workers are not appropriated. Secondly, the variance of personals isn't recognized. Finally, workers are taught that they don't have knowledge, so their roles are left out. The next is the behavioral approach. It is important that this approach contributed an important awareness of influence on human resources at work, as well as organizational performance, and the need to offer job satisfaction to workers. Besides, managers practice to satisfy and motivate employees, with most of theories try to show guidelines. Finally, this approach can help obtain productivity. The third approach is quantitative. The quantitative approach to management incorporates many analytical and numeric techniques into management methods. The goal is to have specific formulas that information can be plugged into to provide the best answer to common management questions. The fourth is the system perspective approach. The next is the contingency approach, and the final is the information technology approach and beyond. The content I will talk next is the theories of leadership. There are 5 theories about them. The first is track theory, the second is behavioral theory, the next is participative theory, the fourth is contingency theory, and finally it is the situational leadership. All of the content was made in PowerPoint. There is an example for this approach and management. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is known as the CEO of Apple Corporation. He is known about leadership, authoritative style. This thing is so clearly in his story that his room was not clean, so he needed an extension from his guardian. The guardian explained that he didn't have his room's key, therefore he couldn't clean this room. Jobs said that this reason was acceptable. However, CEO and guardian are very different. No one does not have any mistake if he or she becomes a CEO. Besides, he always requires his employees have to be meticulous without any errors. He said that never make excuses, never list reasons because the reasons stop mastery. He is not know about consultative or consensus building approach.
In conclusion, I think the basic management and leadership knowledge are very important to every organization. If they want to become success, they need to know deeply, they need to understand deeply about this basic knowledge. The misunderstood about it can lead to some consequences that we do not want to happen. And thank you for watching. If you have any question, please mail us. Thank you.